people in outside for you? Sure.
My cousin was Carol Ann, so I didn't hear her. I was like, how the hell?
All right, we're going to start. Pray that we have a quorum so we can keep going. We have an agenda that I wrote, and I forgot a line. So in between introduction of board members and introduction of KV lawyer Jacob Whiff, please write reading and approving of the 2017 minutes. Don't know where I skipped that. Sorry, guys. Is there any other corrections to this agenda? Do I have a motion to accept the agenda? I have a motion from Jack. I have a second from Jason. All in favor? Aye. Agenda is passed. Now we will read the minutes. That isn't right. I'm sorry, you should say the reading and approval of the 2018 minutes. Now we will read the minutes from the 2018 KV Homeowners Association annual meeting for August, 4th day of August 2018. The 45th annual homeowners meeting was called to order at 10:15 by President Ed Davis. Board members present were Ed Davis, Ruby Gonzalez, Jason Fox, Martin Switcher, and Jack Walker. Special guests were Lee Shahan. Sean. Oh, it's just Sean. Oh, it's pronounced Sean. Okay, thank you. CPA for KV and Jacob Whiff, attorney for KV. Also present were, okay, if I cannot pronounce someone's name, I'm going to skip it or say I'm sorry, because with a last name like mine, I've said 54 years and people mispronounce my name. I'm not doing that to somebody else. Also present were Shannon and Robert Harper, Victor Eder, Lori Bernard, Baynard, thank you, Chester Senior, and Gwendolyn Havings. Gwenda? Yeah. I think I did that all the time. Gwendolyn, Chester Havings Jr., Karen Davis, Doug and Elizabeth Glenn, Omar and Rodriguez, Shane and Connie Martin, Arthur Hinshaw, Rob Blackard, Jessica Gross, Faye Abbott, Jeff Forrester, Tom and Pat Brown, Michael Pashkevich, Joyce Smith, Rick Montel, and Dan Montel. Ed read the minutes from the 2017 annual meeting. Jason made a motion to accept the minutes as written, and Jack seconded. The minutes were voted on and approved. Ed said that Ed said that he wanted to remind everyone that although the water and association dues are separated for accounting purposes, it is one bill. Danny Mundell said that the increase of the tap fee and water and association dues should be voted on, and they have not been. Tina replied that they were voted on and approved every time there was an increase. Chester Havings Jr. Said that he thinks the board has been doing a good job. Per lead, 2017 is the best year of any HOA he has been involved in. Revenues have more than doubled since 2016. Cash in bank plus notes receivable. The repairs and maintenance went up since 2017. Lot revenues doubled from 2016. Chester Havings Senior, it's good that we're making money, but he wants to know when we're going to be able to fix the roads in Pond Creek. Also, the culverts are in bad shape. Ed replied that he had made a deal with the county to grade one additional road every time they came to grade Ford Avenue and Ford Circle. Chester wanted to know what roads were going to be fixed first. He said he knew someone who would deliver dirt for $250 per yard. Jacob said,
Load.
it says yard. Jacob said that the board needs to meet with Lee and determine what can be allocated to spend on repairs and maintenance. Ed also said we have plastic corrugated culverts for driveways and we have metal ones delivered for the roads. He said people have been driving up and down the roads faster than the speed limit. And that was ever intended, or that was ever intended. Jeff commented that he has witnessed people driving 50 to 60 miles per hour on Golden Hill Road. Can the board adopt a resolution to flex the standard is for a permanent or temporary residence? The board can fine property owners for not following the covenants. Chester Higgins Jr. said we need to set some standards. For example, the tiny houses only have one entrance. If there is a fire at the entrance, the people would be trapped. Jason said the backflow prevention has been voted on to be installed before the tap gets installed. Ed replied that is a state regulation and is up to the homeowner. Jason also said that a homeowner ruined his truck on one of the KV roads and the board admitted a liability and reimbursed him for the repairs, but the road still isn't repaired. Lee said we have the money to do these repairs now and maybe we need to send out questionnaires and ask the people opinions rating 1 through 10 of importance. We need to structure what are the most important issues and decide how much money we need to leave in reserve for emergencies. Doug said he wants a better explanation of what the proxy form includes and also include a cover sheet that says people can nominate anyone of their choice to be the proxy recipient. Jacob said KV needs to have a website where we can post the minutes of the monthly and annual meetings, minutes, as well as financial reports, etc. Lee said we will have a budget meeting a week from now on August 8th here at the clubhouse. All are invited to attend. Ed said that a code enforcement officer would be making a trip to KV and issue citations for greenhouses, blight, and older vehicles. Doug commented on the size of the greenhouses, what about the people that want one to grow vegetables. Ed replied that we need to look into this stipulation. Election of board members, Chester Jr. nominated Chester Sr. Marty is running after having temporarily replacing Keith. Marty received 68 votes and Chester received 17. All enjoyed meeting cheese treats for lunch following the meeting. Fishing contest, winner is Cassidy Chavez. Won both the smallest fish for $25 and the largest fish for $50. Minutes were respectively written by Tina Swisher, the secretary. You have now heard the reading of the minutes. Are there any corrections or additions?
Yes, I have several. One, I do have them on tape. Okay, the election of board members. By Tina's on a mission by 3 board meetings back, where she admitted that she had transferred notes or proxies in the election for Jason Box. That was wrong. And also in Martin's election, I also have to protest because we are claiming that it is a conflict of interest.
I'm sorry, we're correcting the minutes here.
Yes, but there's parts that are left out of these minutes. This is a very abbreviated form.
I wasn't up for election last year.
No, but when you were up for election, they took,
That was 2 years ago.
yes, but I'm using this to establish a pattern in this concept. Okay, the thing is last year's board meeting, the reason why we are counting the way we are this year is because of the direct conflict of interest for Tina to count her husband's on the road.
Okay, we need to discuss that in your business. We need to correct the minutes that I just read.
I vote for not accepting them as they are. Not as they are, unless they are corrected. And I can provide the tapes of the minutes of the meeting for last year that prove that these are a very idealized and abbreviated form of the actual minutes.
You have 59 proxies. You had how many? 14. you've got,
Do we have a quorum?
you have a quorum.
Thank you,
Not this much.
thank you.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
If you, yeah.
Thank you guys.
If you guys were gonna be counting the ballots later, if you guys would like to do that again, or I will, ask for the volunteers, that's up to you. Thank you. Jacob?
Yeah. You're correcting the minutes as written. So if there's a typo, if somebody's name spelled wrong, if it said load and it was supposed to say yard or vice versa, those are good corrections. You're not gonna go back and rewrite them. Minutes are always complicated in the homeowners association because people want to fight about what goes in them and what doesn't go in them. And my recommendation to every homeowners association that I represent is that you should have action-oriented minutes, which means it should say the homeowners moved and approved the minutes, period. The homeowners moved and approved the budget, period. You don't have a whole bunch of discussion about what was said or not said, because the only way to do that accurately is with a videotape or an audio recording. And what was said was what was said. And you're not gonna capture it all in minutes without doing a transcription, which doesn't make any sense. So the best way to do it is for the homeowners association to make an audio recording of its board meetings and its annual member meetings and any special member meetings, and to put those on a website and make those audio recordings available to the membership just to download if they want them. If they don't want them, they don't have to have them. And your minutes are super short, and they don't engage in any discussion or anything like that, because it's just something to fight over, as we're seeing here today. So
Well, that's
to go,
gonna change, yeah.
yeah, so to go to the comments, you're not gonna, there's no way this group is gonna reach a resolution on everything that should or shouldn't be in the minutes. Really, I think the question is there anything that was misstated, like was it, yards or loads, and was somebody's name spelled wrong, that sort of thing. And if the membership doesn't want to approve the minutes without the additional stuff in there, they don't have to approve it. You can move on to the next item. Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as written? Do I have a second? I'll second. Can I have a vote with a show of hands, please? Anonymous, or what is it? Anonymous.
Not unanimous. Not unanimous. Both in
It
favor.
passed.
It passed.
Sorry, it's been 10 years since I did this work. Gavin's our security guard, nobody touches that table. And Gavin, there's Pepsi's in the red cooler, and there's Cokes and stuff in the other one behind you. And there's bottled water down here. Introductions of the KB lawyer, Jacob Witt. Over there with his hands in the cookie jar. Introductions of, boy, I got a good typo on that one, didn't I? Introductions of the KB CPA, Lee Shaw. And you're up. Up here on the table is a financial report from the KB, if anybody can get one. Lee's gonna go briefly through that, like 4 minutes.
What we didn't have as spectacular a year as 2017. 2018 is still extremely solid. End of the year, cash in bank, 205,000, notes receivable, 294,000, extremely solid. And, in fact, I was talking to Jacob prior to the meeting, and in my 30 years, by far, this is the most solid homeowners association, financially wise, that I've ever been involved with. Looking at the income statement, we ended the year at about 58,000 in profit. We had 2 lots that went into default on the notes receivable in 2018, but we didn't repo the lots until 2019. However, since I knew the lots were repoed, I went ahead and recorded that bad debt expense in 2018. So you'll kind of see under expenses there that the bad debt expense is higher than last year substantially, and that is why, but I won't have to record those losses in this year. But once again, another sound year. Main reason for the drop off in the income is our lot revenues were down 110,000. We just don't have as many lots to sell that we did the previous year with that monster sale, or with the monster year we had in sales. Nothing really rearing its ugly head, from my opinion. 200. The one thing I want to close with here, now taking questions. I show this every year, but this is cash in bank plus our notes receivable, which are the investments where we're owed money, and it just continues to decline. I took a quick look at the data for this year, and we're up another about $40,000 in cash in bank as of the end of July this year versus the end of July last year. So I didn't see any issues. I just did a quick look through on the 2019 information, but everything looked really solid. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
What are the commissions that were paid out like they've been in years past?
I reclassed the commissions. The commissions that were paid out, most of the commissions that were paid out were for Tina on the lot sales. And I reclassed that. It's kind of arbitrary. I believe they belong in salaries and wages, because that's part of her wages that the taxes are paid on. So that was the difference. And if you look down at salaries and wages this year, it's higher than last year because it includes those commissions. Great question. Way to pay attention. Any other questions? And by all means, at any time, I've always said this. I don't work for the board. I work for the association, and I'm an open book. I mean, these financial statements. Yes, sir.
Do you have a record of those commissions separate from the,
Oh, they're all individually identified. You bet.
and you can provide those?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just to let you know, kind of my accounting philosophy, I don't do, for lack of a better term, anything half-assed. I'm a balance sheet accountant, which means every item you see on the balance sheet is backed up by supporting documentation. I know exactly what the loans are. In my folder here today, I even have copies of all that supporting documentation. If you start with a perfect balance sheet and you end with a perfect balance sheet, the income has to be right. And that's the way, I deal with upwards of 160, 170 different companies now. And I do that every way, because all the time, because that's how you don't get in trouble, because you focus in on the numbers and you back up the numbers and make sure they're 100% correct. Hi, Ed. Yes, sir.
How did everything balance out,
2018.
after? And, the balance sheet come out the way it's supposed to, short, long?
Well, I made it come out the way it's supposed to. 2018 was a little more challenging than prior years. If you'll all remember, what month was it? 17 you got sick. Yeah, it was right towards the end of the year, and last year was a bit of a fiasco because of that. And there were things that I had to clean up that I didn't normally have to clean up. But, I'm very confident that we caught everything, and even to the point where I found some items that were just put in the wrong place, and fixed those, and fixed all the balances, and just made sure everything was right. But I did have to spend some more time because of those issues.
Is there any more questions for Lee?
I have a comment for me and the board. We should have a conversation about, are you, Tina, are you still getting paid commissions on sales?
No, I'm not.
Tina's no longer doing sales.
Okay, why we're clear on that.
She gonna be required to pay back the money that she's gotten on commission?
That is not my arena.
No, I mean, there's not really a legal basis to do that since KB was the one that paid her.
Hold on.
She have a real estate license.
Oh, yeah.
Real estate fraud?
State law says you're not entitled to commission.
And she's supposed to take it after, not before the lots was sold.
You have a real estate license, Nina?
Tina does not have a real estate license.
And that's what the law says, that you have to have a real estate license to take commission.
Yep.
And the commission is done after the lot is paid off, not out of the KV funds when it's first sold.
I don't even know if some of those would be properly classified as commissions, to be honest with you, because
There is
half
no
the
commission
times,
in it.
half the times when KB does a real estate sale, it's not a real estate sale, it's a, you
But
pay
it's
for
in our
this and you'll get
budget
it.
as
So
a
they're not
commission.
getting dirt?
I know,
In our
They're not
monthly
buying
budget meetings, it says commission
yeah,
down there.
and probably all that was not handled by KB as it should have been. I mean, you could sue Tina for it if you wanted to. I just think that the law has a doctrine called unclean hands. And if you participate in whatever was not done correctly, and you're equally responsible for that problem, then the court essentially says, I'm gonna leave you guys how I found you, because I'm not gonna spend my time dealing with the people that have not done things regardless of
I
which
bought my lot,
side.
so I can technically sue her because I bought my lot through a real estate agent, not through her. My hands aren't dirty.
I don't think that you'd have a private cause of action, but you certainly can consult your own attorney and make that determination. Mr. Mundell?
Is that the same when she's not voting, in the voting?
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
Would that be the same rules if she, the votes weren't, we didn't get a vote on the land, on buying the land in the first place?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Would it be this, she counted the votes, I'm just not tracking, I'm sorry.
No, we weren't allowed as a community to vote on buying these properties in the first place.
Why would you be?
Because it's all.
It's a major issue, it's a major event for the KV. She's spending that much of
Membership
her,
elects
spending that much of
by
her
member
landowner's
board to
money.
conduct the business for the
The
KV.
governing documents don't say if we're gonna spend more than this, we should ask everybody's permission.
I'm gonna make a
That's what the
statement
board's
here.
for.
If the board had not purchased those lots, you wouldn't be anywhere close to the financial position you are in today. 3/4 of our reserves are because of those lot sales, because the board, it was my idea for the board to do this, to increase sales, and then in turn, you gotta look at it this way. We had, what little we had at that point in savings was getting 1 or 2% interest. Now we're getting 10.
So it's okay that we didn't vote on it? as a
Oh,
community?
yeah, that's a board decision, in my opinion. From my side, that's a board decision. They did not have to go to the homeowners, but it was the most powerful thing that this homeowners association has done. I've been involved with this for 20 years. And when I started, I mean, you had nothing. I mean, the days of having to scrape through in winter and try and pay bills. And, I mean, look at the graph. 20 years ago when I started, we had about $20,000.
I'm not saying it was a bad result, I'm just saying that we weren't allowed to vote on it.
Oh, yeah, and that's the job, yeah, understand, that's the job of the board of
That was a
directors.
lot of the KV money to spend at one time without giving input.
Okay, let's move on from this, please. We're gonna go into old business. Does anyone actually have any old business? Old business is considered the minutes from the last annual meeting. And is there anybody in there, anybody see anything in the minutes that I read that needs to be discussed now?
You got a couple hands.
Doug Glenn.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, wait a minute, Doug, before you start. A lot of y'all, I don't know your names, and so I'm not being rude. It's just like, okay, now, what is your name? Because I want to know, and I want the names of who's saying what in the minutes, because that's what it's supposed to be. So go ahead, Doug, I'm sorry.
Okay, on the last page of the minutes, it says, Doug said he wants a better explanation of what the proxy form involves and also include a cover sheet that says people can nominate anyone of their choice to be the proxy recipient. It still hasn't been done.
Okay, I've only been a president for 3 weeks.
I'm not blaming you. I'm
We
saying
are going
this is
to
something
do-
that we asked very clearly for clarification on the proxy system. And the proxy forms that went out this year were exactly the same as the proxy forms that went out last year, with no additional explanation or clarification. And I understand you've only been there 3 weeks, this isn't on you.
Okay, so,
So, but this
in,
is old business.
in April or May of 2020, we will be adopting election rules, which is actually required by law.
Yeah.
And,
I
yeah,
don't know that election rules are required by law.
Under
We have
Title
to set a
38.
standard.
anyway, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna change the way the proxies and the ballots are sent out and received. But I can't fix this year. That's why we have this mess this morning, and thank you guys for volunteering. And we're gonna go forward with this, because this is what we have today. But we're gonna do better. And so April or May of 2020, we're gonna do that, and I've got some stuff started on that. And I wanna do a committee with a board member or two and some community people, and we're gonna put this all together. And there will be, what do they call those, secrecy envelopes or privacy envelopes, whatever they're called, sleeves?
Yes.
Whatever they're called, the ballot will go into an envelope, and then will go into another envelope that's mailed into the office. And you open that envelope and you see that and it will say this is a proxy envelope, so it will go in the proxy box. And then you'll see the ballot will be in an envelope that says ballot, and that will be opened and say, oh, that's a ballot envelope, and that will go in the ballot box. So that'll be sealed envelope. But that's next year, I can't fix today.
If I can make a comment, is Danny still here? Anyone outside? But what he was talking about with the investment stuff we did on the property, if any of you have our responsible governance policies that were up here on the back page, second section, Article 6, the board of directors is, as part of our policies, we have to invest those funds, do something with those funds in a manner that we believe will benefit the HOA. It doesn't say, yes, that's our job as board of directors. No, but he said that we didn't vote on, that was a large chunk of money that the board was spending that didn't have a vote directed towards it. And I just wanted to show where that governing policy was that says on the.
Mike, can I make a quick suggestion, please? Because, in the interest of time, can we grab that down for you and bring it up here? So that way people, when they're talking, they're on camera, so that way it can all be recorded, so that way, just in the interest in time and clearance, so everybody can hear.
Go ahead and do it, I'm gonna start going.
I need one volunteer to help me do this.
Is there any other old business? Ed, David?
One thing I'd like to point out is, you're gonna pay the commission.
No, I don't want that monstrosity thing up here, I'm
Well,
sorry.
we need someplace where they can come and stand and talk.
No, I don't want that up here, that thing is huge, I'm sorry. I thought you were bringing more of your video stuff up here.
Well, we need to have some place where they can be seen on camera, so it can be recorded, and that way it's an accurate
I
portrayal.
thought you were recording the people in the audience.
No, that one's recording the board. That one's recording the audience.
Okay, then you got it.
But we need to see where they can come up and talk, and they need to enunciate.
No, I'm
Instead of
not
people
gonna
sitting
do that.
in their thing.
Do I have to legally do that? No. Okay, we're not doing that, I'm sorry. Because I can, people, nobody wants to stand up there and
That way, They're not just
Well, I
right
understand
out
that, but
here
you
in
can't
the
mandate what everybody in the room has to do. It's
It
not a
would be
law.
nice.
It would be, but
It would be nice if I was in here this at the auctions day, that would be nice. Is there any other old business? I'm sorry, you were,
I just wanted to point out that if you go to a realty company or whatever it is that you do, you're gonna pay the commission. And we just figured that it would be easier to pay some of our own people that commission rather than it going outside.
this old business,
If what he's talking about was little business, yeah, mine is. Same thing,
3 minutes or less?
3 minutes or less.
Okay, stand up please. Tabitha.
Tabitha Happel, and as far as what ex-president Ed Davis says, yeah, paying somebody in the house would have been great, paying her to get a real estate license would have been too. That way you don't sell land to people that don't realize the bathroom's been broke for how many years? The road's over on Ford Circle, you get stuck in the wintertime. That's what a real estate agent does, it discloses the information of why you're buying here and what are the benefits and the cons. Also with the real estate agent, as soon as you buy the property, they go to the county and register that lot in your name. It doesn't stay in the KV name, it goes into your name with the KV as a lien holder. At that point, if that person quits paying, the lot rolls back to the KV legally, but it shows a tracking record of the property. The way it's being done now, if somebody quits paying,
It's not being done that way now.
right, well, what was? It stays in the KV name, she just sees another victim come through the door, let's sell the lot. Reselling, no tracking of the lot, who it belonged to, or anything else. That is illegal. That's called double selling. It has to be registered through the county with you as a lien holder, and that's what a real estate agent does. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, before, after old, if I can do this. Between old business and new business, we've lost people in our community this year. And it's been a tough week for us all, this is the last one. And so I want to recognize that we've lost Isabel, and we've, Wooden, they had the house on the end of Martinez with the big blue shop. And Ira Tubbs, he was a former board member and former president here for many, many years. Grandma Gladys Eisenhardt, she was a secretary here, she lived here 30 years.
Yeah.
30 plus years. Ron Dempsey lived across the highway in the yellow house, and he was my maintenance man, buddy. And